I just finish extract and install process of ModelSim and the QuestaSim. Then you need to configure the path, and the license setting is basically the same. So we needed to add the ModelSim path here. Please go to C. This is ModelSim path, and this is QuestaSim path. And you can add these two paths at the end of your path setting. And you already have 1717 license setting, right? These two software is done. Source, OPT, EDA, BCRC, EDA, and you can type vSim. Oh, sorry, you can only oh, we have one problem here. Finally we have one problem, and okay, we needed to solve this problem. You can only choose either one to configure in your system, because the executable name is VSIM. These two software, they use the same. Let me show you this. When I go to QuestaSim current, QuestaSim bin, you see it has the same executable name. Okay, so you need to choose either one. If you want to run ModelSim, you can add this to your environment setting. However, if you want to use QuestaSim, you can add this to your environment setting. Understand? Then when you run vSim, and you will see source, SOURC, OPT, EDA, BCRC, EDA, and vSim. Okay, now we have encountered this problem, but this is basically very simple to solve. We can go to packages.debian.org, and we can find this file. This is livexext6. Okay, so we can type get install livexext6 get install liv. Okay, then you see it tell you that this is already the newest version. So this may be also that this one is not a 64-bit version. So we needed to VSIM. So we still needed to run VSIM, and we see the same problem. So we needed to add apt-get install. We needed to install i386 version. Then let's try again. Okay, so this is going to a second error message, right? So again, we needed to solve this problem. libxlt.so.2. This is libxlt2 apt-get install libxlt2, and it is already installed, so we needed to install i386 version. Then we can run vSim again. Okay, now here comes another error message, that is license setting not correct. So we needed to solve this later. This time it shows that it complains about a salt license server is not configured because I think this is a new configuration parameter. So we needed to export 1717. We need to export this one equal to 1717 at LSTN. Then we type a vsyn again. Okay, so model sim is able to run, right? This is model sim. Later I will show you how to run Questa sim. So basically they are all very easy to solve the problem. Okay, so this is the, and by the way, since it has a new configuration, it has a new environment variable, right? So I needed to modify my environment setting. This is not a LM license file. This is, it requires sort. It uses a new environment setting called sort license file. So we needed to change this. Okay, so this is model sim setting. Now let me show you what happens if I change this to Questa sim. If I change this to Questa sim, let me show you one thing. If you want to run model sim, you can set a comment here. You can set a comment here. You can, by the way, you can force unset Questa sim bin variable. You can unset this variable. If you want to force it to run model sim, then you can unset Questa sim. And if you want to force it to run Questa sim, you can force it to unset SIN bin. You can force this. Let me show you what happens if I comment this out. And let me show you env grep modl sim source opt eda -ceda env grep questa. You will have Questa sim here, but this is empty because I just comment this out. We don't have this setting, and I unset. So this time, if you type a vsyn again, it will open Questa sim. You see, this time this is Questa sim, not a model sim. Okay. Now let me show you if you want to force the students to use model sim, you just change it. I change this and I change this. Okay, then I source again and I run vsyn. This time it will open model sim. Okay, so one configuration, you can change the setting of these 4 nines here. You can change the setting of these 4 nines. And since you are in the same lab, right? You are all in the same lab, so you should ask everyone to use model sim or Questa sim. Understand? You cannot let someone use model sim and the other one use Questa sim. So this is how I solve the problem of model sim, how I do troubleshooting of model sim and the Questa sim. So it is 10:58. Everyone please finish model sim and the Questa sim before I think 10:50. 10:15, sorry, 10:15, okay? 10:15, then I think we still have time to tell you how to install ICC. Basically, ICC and the ICC2 are the same. They are just the same software.